Um, well, I think I think this is an exciting time to be an Eagle. I think coming off of the things we were able to accomplish and overcome last year, I think I think there's a lot to look forward to. And just knowing that for me, one thing that I've been telling the guys is the foundation has been set, the standard has been set, and the only direction is to climb. And the only way we can do that is doing it together, connecting, doing all these things we do in the spring to come together, learn the system, and build on the things that we've done. So I think the message has been simply the only direction is to rise, and we have a lot that we want to achieve here in this organization, on this team, from top down. And it doesn't happen overnight, and we know that this is kind of the spring part of it. And investing every day. It's the same old thing. Investing every day, putting the work in every day to achieve those things over time. So
We saw your reaction
How,
to.
how excited were you to get A.J. Brown in here, and what can a receiver with that size kind of do for you and help your game?
well, I think he's always been an excellent player. Since I've known him in college, I always had the ability to make plays with the ball in his hand, use his body, box out defenders, break tackles. So he's a great addition to a great receiver room we have now, and I'm excited.
You spent some time, I heard you spent some time out there in Southern California working on some things. How was that time out there, one? Two, how do you think, what did you work on? And three, how far do you think you developed out of that?
Yeah, I think from a training approach, in my young career, I've been trying to find out what's my way of doing things in the off season. I've had opportunities to go back to Houston. I've been in Dallas. I've been in Florida. Had the opportunity to go out to Cali. So just a holistic approach of taking the next step as a quarterback, whether that be functioning the offense, running the offense, taking true command of the offense, on the field, in the weight room, what am I eating, how much film am I watching, creating a schedule for myself, and just practicing great discipline in what I do. So I think holistically, I think it's all been helpful. Doesn't matter where I do that at or what state or who I'm working with. I think it's all been beneficial for me this offseason.
What were some of the changes you made to your off-season program?
I think just having a different type of a plan. Had a very unique plan in my days, and I tried to challenge myself to do things that I'd never done, whether it be reading something or watching this in the defense or watching certain things in tape, working on flexibility, eating the right things, just different things, because when you play the quarterback position, it's not all about, physical ability. It's about mental ability, being able to manage different things, different situations, manage a team and lead a team. So there's so much that goes into it, and I just tried to challenge myself to do that this offseason.
Throughout the offseason, every time we've spoken to Nick, to Howie, Jeffrey Lurie, they kind of doubled down on their commitment to you. How do you interpret that, and kind of big picture, how do you view that?
I mean that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's understood. It's my opportunity. It's my team. It's pretty much what it is. It's my team. So I'm ready to go. And the work has been put in to go out there and achieve what we want to achieve. And I think this being a time for us to come together and spend time together and do all those things, we're still building. We're not going out there and playing the game tomorrow. So there's always work to be put in, and any day that there isn't work put in, that's a day missed. That's an opportunity missed. So that's just been the mentality of us, and everybody knows that, and that's every individual on this team.
He said that he thinks maybe you put a bug in somebody's ear to trade for him. Do you feel like you had any influence in that decision?
Potentially.
John, we know
And I
that.
want to ask if I can follow up. It's just about Grant Calcaterra. He talked about your relationship that you guys had at Oklahoma. What do you remember about Calcaterra?
Yeah, our time at Oklahoma was kind of cut short due to his, issues and overcoming concussions. But I'm so happy that he's made a return to the game, and now we have an opportunity to finish what we started at OU. I know, I know when I talked to him, he was very excited. He was very excited, ready to come to work, ready to build off what we started in Oklahoma my last year there, my senior year. So I'm excited to get to work with him.
We know that Tom House and Adam Dado are in Southern Cal. Was that the group that you were working with, and what was it like to?
I work with a number of different people out there. I work with another number of people out there. So.
Did they help you do anything with like tweaking any of your throwing style, your delivery or anything? Because frequently that happens, like little tweaks.
No.
No, nothing.
When it came to your off-season plan, Jalen, how much of it was just you wanting to try some different things? How much was it advice from the Eagles, whether it's Nick or Shane or Brian Johnson?
I think it was me just trying to find my way and how to do it. I think we all have to understand that I'm still, this is all kind of still new in a sense in terms of me finding my way of how I do something. And the more time and experience you have in something, the better off you can make your way. And I know, coming out of my rookie year, I did something totally different. And then the next year, I was just trying to find ways to do things down in Texas. And now it's just me venturing out, trying to just completely take it to another level. So that's why the work is being put in, and that's why we're here right now. We appreciate this time we have now because this is the first true time we've had as a team to spend 7 weeks together in the off-season program. It's the first time I've ever experienced that, so I find it very valuable being here with everybody, being with the coaches, being with the players, not having to bring them to Houston or Atlanta, wherever I am. Now we can work here, and we can all get on the same page now. So come training camp, we're rolling.
Jalen, you mentioned changing up your routine. You read some different things. What did you read?
I got into a book, and I met David Goggins. I met David Goggins alone, I met him in Alabama. He came and spoke to the team. So I ended up reading this book. I read some devotionals just to try and stay true and walk by the Spirit. I'm gonna keep God in the center of everything that I do. So just trying to better myself as a man. Take the football stuff out of it. People look at this. People look at this football stuff, and it's like, this is what we do. It's not who we are. And I want to be remembered as a man of God, a man that made a difference, and a man that was unapologetic in being himself. And I want to feed that to the people around me. I want people to, just continue to strive to be their best self every day, because that's what I do when I look in the mirror.
Yeah, we haven't spoken to you since the surgery, and really since we found out about the injury. I know you wore the boot to the boot. How much was that affecting you, and then how long was the recovery, and how do you feel now?
I'm good now. That's all that matters.
Jalen, I know you stay fairly insulated, but there have been a lot of questions publicly about your standing long-term in the organization. Does some of it seep in? Do you hear some of it, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah, that's stuff that y'all talk about. Everything's good over here.
Jalen, you discussed AJ, the first question, but in your mind, what makes him a top receiver?
Yeah, I think, like I said, he has all the ability to do everything you want him to as a receiver, and that's exciting to have, and I think it'll be a great addition to what we have here now.
What made you more successful the second time recruiting him than the first time?
I never said I recruited him the second time, but people use the word recruiting. What is that? And for me, I didn't have to recruit AJ. That was just something y'all to talk about, really, and it worked. But I had to recruit AJ. It was understood.
Take two more questions.
Nick, when asked about the passing offense, is focused on you guys being ranked 25th and how he really wants that to improve. Obviously, getting AJ is one of those ways to address it. How else do you feel like the passing game can improve, and what do you think the limit is in terms of its capabilities?
I think everything improves when you do it more, and you're more efficient. I think that'll settle itself, and definitely just be efficient. And I think a word for me has been consistency. That's my whole entire approach coming into year 3 for me, being consistent. And I look back on last year, knowing that there were games where played at a very high level, and then there were games where it wasn't the same. And I think consistency in this league is everything. And ultimately, the work is being put in now, but that's what we're chasing, and that's what I'm chasing. And I think consistency can make it become elite.
In the last time we spoke to you, you mentioned specifically how being in the same scheme 2 years in a row is something you haven't had, and it's something that can be beneficial for you. I know you're not out there practicing, but have you started to see the benefits, whether it's in conversations with the coaches and film, whatever it may be?
I think experience builds confidence. It builds trust. It builds a number of different things within a team and within an individual. And those are all things that you can build off of. So I think that feeling is, I've never felt that before. I've never, the last time I've had the same play caller was my dad back in high school. You know what I mean? So it's all exciting. It's all exciting. I think it's an exciting time. I think it's an exciting time to be an Eagles fan and to be an Eagle. And I think, like I began the presser, the only direction is to climb, and the only direction is to rise up. And I think that's the expectation for us, plain and simple. And we just want to go out there and get better and prepare for when those times come. Y'all can come in here and ask me about the Tampa Bay game or the first round of the playoffs or whatever. It's like, okay, when we go into the year, we're not gonna be in the first round of the playoffs. We won't get that opportunity right then and there in September. That's something that is earned, and we're gonna leave out any rat poison and all the other stuff and just worry about being where our feet are and keeping the main thing, and attacking every day. Just continue to put chips on chips on chips, climb the mountain. So when the opportunity comes and when the time comes, we got to go out there and play ball. We're ready. So we're building that confidence now. We're building that trust now. We're building everything now, so we can do what we need to do come game time. So.
Yeah, thanks, Jalen. Thanks, everyone.